Image copyright Reuters. Image caption Director of National Intelligence Dan Coats testified to the Senate Intelligence Committee on Tuesday. North Korea is unlikely to fully give up its nuclear weapons, a U.S. intelligence report says, despite the hopes of the Trump administration. The Worldwide Threat Assessment report also says Iran is not making nuclear weapons, but that cyber threats from China and Russia are a growing concern. Both countries may be seeking to influence the 2020 election, it says. National Intelligence Director Dan Coats and other intelligence chiefs presented it to the Senate on Tuesday. North Korea remains unlikely to give up its weapon stockpiles and production abilities while it tries to negotiate partial denuclearization steps to obtain key U.S. and international concessions, the report says. Having nuclear weapons is seen as critical to regime survival, it reads. President Donald Trump and North Korea's Kim Jong-un met in Singapore last June to discuss denuclearization of the Korean peninsula. At the time, Mr. Trump claimed this meeting had ended the North Korean nuclear threat. Skip Twitter post by @RealDonald Trump just landed a long trip, but everybody can now feel much safer than the day I took office. There is no longer a nuclear threat from North Korea. Meeting with Kim Jong-un was an interesting and very positive experience. North Korea has great potential for the future. Donald J. Trump, @RealDonaldTrump, June 13, 2018. End of Twitter post by @RealDonaldTrump. The two leaders signed an agreement pledging to work towards complete denuclearization, but there was no agreed pathway and little progress has been made since then on the issue. North Korea has always insisted it will not unilaterally give up its nuclear arsenal unless the U.S. removes its own nuclear threat. The White House has said they will meet for a second time in February, but no date or location has yet been confirmed. Image caption NOTRH Korea's Kim Yong-chul left traveled to the U.S. for talks in December. The new U.S. report highlights a growing threat from China and Russia, which are more aligned than at any point since the mid-1950s. Both countries have sophisticated cyber espionage capabilities, which they may try to use to influence the 2020 U.S. presidential election. The report also says Iran is not currently making nuclear weapons, although it says the country's regional ambitions and improved military capabilities will probably threaten U.S. interests in the future. President Trump withdrew the U.S. in 2018 from a landmark deal on curbing Iran's nuclear ambitions, and has imposed stricter sanctions to try to thwart its actions. He had denounced the 2015 agreement as a horrible, one-sided deal that should have never, ever been made. At the Senate hearing, CIA Director Gina Haspel said Iran was technically in compliance with the 2015 nuclear deal, despite the U.S. withdrawal. Image copyright AFP, Getty Image caption President Trump withdrew from the Iran nuclear deal in May 2018. Elsewhere in the Middle East, the report stresses that the so-called Islamic State group is not yet defeated, despite the Trump administration's claims to the contrary. While the group will probably not aim to take new territory, the report assesses it will try to exploit Sunni grievances, societal instability, and stretched security forces to regain territory in Iraq and Syria in the long term. President Trump's decision to withdraw U.S. troops from Syria shocked allies at home and abroad. Mr. Trump said the group had been defeated. The administration has since agreed to slow down the withdrawal. Acting U.S. Defense Secretary Patrick Shanahan, however, told reporters on Tuesday that it is as close to losing its remaining territory in Syria. "I'd say 99.5% plus of the controlled territory has been returned to the Syrians. Within a couple of weeks, it'll be 100%, he is quoted as saying.